And finally, the movie Fatima, originally released last year, is set to reopen in theaters Friday, May 7th. Why a major re-release in theaters, you might ask, and what makes this film so special? Joining me now to discuss are the CEO and COO of Picturehouse, the company in charge of distributing the film, Bob and Gene Berney. Thank you both for being here. The movie Fatima was originally scheduled to open in April of 2020, and the pandemic delayed that release until August. I saw it on one of the streaming services in January on Netflix. Why did you decide to re-release the film?
Well, for one thing, I thought that there are a lot of people who are now wanting to venture out. The theaters are starting to open, and I felt like artistically, the film should be seen on a big screen the way it was made. And I also feel that participating like in the community or being within a group, you feel the emotions so much better in the theater.
I agree. Was AMC at all reluctant to re-release this film in their theaters?
No, in fact, when we first were, going to release the film in April, we went to Kansas City, where AMC is based, and screened it for their executives. And they invited several of the bishop's office there in Kansas City and several people from the diocese. And I thought that was wonderful. And their response was so good. So AMC really understood the film and the Catholic audience and really liked it. So even though this is unprecedented, never been done before, I feel it was really a blessing that they responded so well to the film.
I'll say. Now, this re-release of Fatima is scheduled for May 7th through the 14th. It coincides with Mother's Day and the Feast of Our Lady of Fatima. Gene, did you all choose those dates specifically?
Well, I don't think we've chosen anything with this release. I think it's been Mary's release from the very beginning, to be able to be lucky enough to switch over to that premium video on demand, and now to be the first film that will come back to theaters, and lo and behold, to have it be May 7th, which is the weekend of Mother's Day, and May 13th being not only the feast day for Our Lady of Fatima, but also the Ascension. So there couldn't have been a more perfect date and time for this movie to come back. And if it enables people to come together to learn about this story, to kind of reignite a whole new audience to these beautiful, hopeful messages, we will have succeeded beyond our initial dreams. The other thing that we did is we priced the film at $5 so that it would be easy for people to come together.
That's great. You could bring families and friends and neighbors and everybody, treat mothers to it. Since its release, Bob, Fatima has received a 94% audience score on Rotten Tomatoes, and it won the Family Award at this year's Los Angeles, Italia Film, Fashion, and Art Festival. Are you surprised by the audience response to the movie?
No, not at all, because I think especially during this year when it was so tough, that the message of hope and peace really resounded with people. And also, I think with people, in lockdown, there was a lot of time for people to reflect on their faith and other things, and just sort of get back, check in with your life a bit out of the rat race. So
and what your priorities were, what's important to you.
Yeah. So I'm not surprised, and especially after, seeing it as we were working on the film, the reactions. So I'm not surprised, but really thrilled and happy that people have responded.
Well, I want to give the audience a little taste of the film if they haven't seen it. Here's a clip of Fatima opening at AMC this weekend. Watch.
If someone were to say to you, why what happened all those years ago had to have happened to you, how would you respond?
Because it was necessary.
And do you have any regrets?
I haven't done enough to please my mother.
Which mother?
Every time I read the name of one of our boys who lost his life, I have great admiration for them. They defend our progressive ideas that will free our country from religious superstitions.
Ave you?
I come from heaven.
Who are you talking to? What do you want from us?
For the gift
I can see her now.
for the air we breathe, for the
It is a sin making lies up.
It's true, Mama. She was as real as you are.
Why would the Mother of God choose you? What's so special about you?
we pray,
It could have been the devil. He often disguises himself.
we bleed.
I've come for the seers.
The morning sun.
See what you've done? You deceived everyone.
I have to go. I promised the lady I would go back.
You were just a child, like a need.
What harm can three little children possibly do?
What is dangerous is what they represent. A huge crowd of people. We need to stop them.
We came to see our children.
No! I want my child is dead!
When is this going to end?
All you need to say now is, I made everything up.
So sorry you couldn't see her.
Faith begins at the edges of understanding.
Bob and Gene, you are both Catholic. What do you look for in a film? And what about this particular project appealed to you?
Well, we look for, besides the message of a film for the audience, we look for the artistry. A film has to be entertaining and powerful, to reach people. And sometimes you might have a great faith message, but the execution is not brilliant. So we really look.
I've seen a lot of those.
That's what I mean. So we look for a really great execution and a director and a team of filmmakers that really are inspired to make it. And I think that's what makes it rise above other films, even other faith films, and then the message can really come through.
Mm-hmm. What did you encounter this and come across this property as a script, or was it already shot and edited?
So we were at the Cannes Film Festival, which is where people from all over the world get together, and a producer we knew and had worked with was working on this film, and so they had a good assemblage, very rough. It was not at all finished, and we just saw the acting and the cinematography and the look of it, and really engaged at that point, and they got the film finished, and we moved ahead. We had worked on The Passion of the Christ. Bob released that. So a lot of Catholic films come our way. And this one was another one that we felt people will go to see this in a theater and feel really good about it. And that made us feel good.
Yeah. What do you hope audiences will get from this re-release? And I'm sure it's a very different experience on the big screen. And what's next?
Well, I think I do hope that they'll get enjoyment, entertainment, and see it in the way it was meant to be. But also, given the times and coming out of COVID, I do think the sort of message of hope and peace, and I think people can reconnect with their faith, Catholics, but also I think, people of other faiths can appreciate the story and the drama, and maybe they can discuss it, even if their, faith has different, appreciation of Mary.
And if nothing else, they'll love the artistry and the beauty of Portugal and all of the other parts of this lovely film.
Yeah, the cast is, the three kids are Spanish actors, and I think they did a beautiful job in this film.
Bob and Gene, thank you for being here. Happy Mother's Day to you, Gene, not you, Bob. Thank you all, and we will catch up with you in the days ahead. Fatima hits theaters across the country this Friday, May 7th. For showtimes and tickets at the fan fave price of $5, visit FatimaTheMovie.com. Thank you, guys.
Thank you very much.